Right, so what am I talking about today? I am talking about taking control, taking control of PCOS, and I think it's really important that we do take control of our own health. I think sometimes we do rely on people, don't we? We rely on, if there's something wrong with us, we do rely on going to the doctors, going to our GPs, and just hoping that this person would just take whatever is going on with us away, just give us the pill and make it be gone, tell me what pills to take to ease the pain of whatever I'm going through. And I don't think a lot of the times we can be relying on people all the time. I do think we have to have some control, take some control back. So this is what I'm going to be talking about today, talking about that control, because I think for me, if I didn't take that control over PCOS when I was in my 20s, I most likely would still be suffering today. Not most likely, I would be still suffering today, and I would not have had all these years where I've had pretty good health. I say pretty good health because there have been periods of time when I have dipped and I've not done certain things and I've slipped back into old ways. And I say that as a yoga teacher and as a nutritional therapist, that I've even done that whilst being a yoga teacher and a nutritional therapist, because it's not bloody easy. It's hard. It's hard work. It's hard work maintaining it, and it can be difficult as well when you can get quite obsessed with it. It's good to take control of your health and take control of your PCOS, but at times it can start to control you. And I've been at both ends where I've not been taking action, and I've not took control of the PCOS, and I've had all the horrendous symptoms of PCOS. But then I've been at the flip end where I've been too controlling of PCOS, and so that's caused me to do too much exercise. It's caused me to be really strict with my diet, and it's caused a lot of misery. And so it is about finding that balance. So when you do take control, you've got to control it in a balanced way. You can't let it tip into one direction too much. It's got to sit in the middle somewhere. So that does mean that, okay, if I want to slob around and not do any exercise, that's fine to have days like that, but then there are days where I want to go for it, and I really want to exercise and do things, and that's fine. But I do think you've just got to find that balance so it doesn't just tip too much in one direction. So yeah, but yeah, taking control is really important, and hopefully in time I will be providing things in certain places that will allow you to take some control, because the way that I'm doing things is that I'm not going to assume that everything that I put out there for you is something that you want, or even what I'm talking about now, it might not be what you're looking for. So I think it's really important that we have choices, because I don't really want to be telling you that this is the way. I really hate stuff like that. I don't know how you feel about that, but I don't feel that there is just one way. I feel that this is about finding your way, finding the things that that you feel is going to help you. This isn't about me like dictating to you and saying that this is the way. No, you find your way. I've found my way, and my way might not be what other people with PCOS need, or wish to use. But it is a bit of a rant coming. It is a frustration of mine when I do see a lot of things out there for PCOS, and it's saying that this is the only way. You must only have a low carb diet, or you must exercise in this certain way, or you must only do this and don't do that. no, that's not right. We've got to find our own way. We've got to find our own way. And, when it comes to exercise, I think I've said before, but I've tried the gym and I've done weights before, and it's not been my thing. But my thing is, I like weights, but I like it with yoga. I like doing Pilates, and I like doing those kind of things, and those kind of things light me up. So if you told me that I need to go out and go jogging every day for an hour, then I'll tell you where to go, really, because that's not going to happen. I don't do running, so so you've just got to find your way, because it might be that running is your thing. Going out for an hourly jog every day, that might be just for you. But when it comes to me, you're not going to get me running, I'm afraid. So you've just got to find what's right for you, and everything is in moderation as well. So I'm from the UK, if you're listening to me from another country, and we do like our fish and chips over here, and so that may be deemed as being an evil food. Oh, you can't eat fish and chips. Oh no, too many carbs, too many fats, can't have that. But I have it, yeah, but I don't have it every day. I don't have it 3-4 times a week, but I might have it twice a month, and that's absolutely fine. And I'm not going to eat a whole huge portion of it. I'm going to have probably a small amount. Usually my thing is, a small amount of chips, have my fish, and I'll have a salad with it. And that's my fish and chips. So it's just, everything needs to be in moderation. That's what you need to do. But the main thing about what I'm talking about really is about taking control. I do think it's really important that you take control of your PCOS. You might be on medications, and if you are, fantastic. So if it is that you're on the contraceptive pill, it might be that you're taking metformin to help with blood sugar issues. Fantastic. Take those, but don't just rely on those. It might be that you need to do some of the other stuff, and hopefully, because I've seen it so many times, and hopefully by continuing to take those things, taking the metformin or whatever, things that you're taking, as in what we call conventional medicine, continue taking those things, because it might be that if you do start looking at your diet and looking at your exercise, or looking at trying herbs and supplements and going down, the natural route as well, that in time you might be able to reduce that metformin, or you might be, you might go and have a checkup and find that your blood sugar levels have come down significantly, and it's like, well, you don't need to take this metformin anymore. Who knows? It could be that, So I'm because again, there's a lot of people out there that will say, just go natural, don't take this and don't take that. And again, it's all about moderation. It's all about experimenting and testing, and I don't feel that should be demonized either, So if you need to take, in my opinion, is if you need to take conventional medicines, then you need to take them, but don't also, put the natural methods to one side. Use that, take control of your PCOS, and go down that natural route as well. You can do both. So, yeah, the message, the message really is, it's hard work. It's hard work. I mean, I haven't just got PCOS. It might be that you're listening to this as a PCOS sufferer, and you may also have an autoimmune disease like me. I have an autoimmune disease called Graves' disease. A lot of people with PCOS also have thyroid conditions. Graves' disease is a thyroid autoimmune disease. You might have something called Hashimoto's disease, or you might experience issues with high levels of thyroid hormones or low levels of thyroid hormones that tend to come hand in hand with PCOS. You may also be a diabetic. So, there's other things that crop along with PCOS as well. So if that's you, yeah, welcome to my corner, because that's me too. And it can be quite easily that we can kind of put our lives diseases in other people's hands. And all I'm saying here really is that I do think it's really important that we, you, we take control. You know, we take control of our own health instead of putting it in somebody else's hands. Okay, I think that's it today. That's it today. So whenever I come back on, I'm going to try and get on here pretty often. So until next time, bye bye for now. And before you go, let me just tell you about a free course that I have for you. So I have a free course called Balancing PCOS with Nutrients. And this podcast series is very much linked to the content within that course. So in the description area of this podcast, I have a link where you can follow that link and you can join that and get that course. And within that course, you'll also have an email sequence which will have links to these podcasts, but it also has a lot of links to things within the course, which will help you not only with what you're doing in this podcast series, but then with other things as well. I delve quite deeply into things about macronutrients, which is carbohydrates, proteins and fats, and understanding all of those kind of things, understanding what we need as sufferers of PCOS. So if you are interested in getting that free course, and it will help you with this podcast series as well, then if you just have a look down into the description area, you'll see a link. Click on that link, and then that will show you then what to do about getting access to that course. Okay.